So Radhe Radhe students, today we are going to learn Newton's second law of motion. In previous lectures, we have already completed Newton's first law and definition of force and some numericals based on that. So in this lecture, we will continue with Newton's second law of motion. That external force acting on a system is directly proportional to rate of change of momentum of that system. What is momentum? Product of mass and velocity. And if you are applying some external forces, unbalanced external forces on a system, rate of change of momentum and change in momentum per unit time is directly proportional to force applied on that system. So proportionality constant K, then this force F can be written as F equal to K delta P by delta T. And in SI system, K equal to 1. So F equal to that, delta P is mass into change in velocity, because momentum is product of mass and velocity. So change in momentum is final momentum minus initial momentum. Final momentum m into final velocity, and initial momentum will be equal to m into initial velocity. So this mv minus mu can be written as m times delta v, change in velocity, and change in velocity upon time interval is acceleration. We define acceleration upon time interval in which that velocity has changed. So this delta p by delta t will become a, and you can write f equal to m times a. If you try to draw graph a versus f, then you will get this value f equal to ma. So for m constant m, for constant m, f is directly proportional to acceleration. So this graph is going to be a straight line. If you try to draw a versus m graph, then for constant force, m is inversely proportional to a. So if mass tends to 0, then a will tends to infinity. That's why this graph is like this. Here it's tending to infinity when mass is coming 0. Okay. So let's talk about unit of. If we talk about unit of force, then its SI unit is kg meter per second square. SI unit of mass is kg and SI unit of acceleration is meter per second square. So SI unit of force kg meter per second square. We can also write it as Newton. So Newton is also SI unit of force. 1 Newton equal to 10 to the power 5 dyne. 1 Newton equal to 10 to the power 5 dyne. This is Celsius unit of force and this is SI unit of force. And gram force and kgf are gravitational unit of force. 1 kgf equal to 9.8 Newton. So what is 1 kgf? 1 kgf is force with which Earth attracts any object having mass 1 kg towards its center. And we all know that force of attraction of Earth on near its surface is mg. And if object has mass 1 kg and value of g is 9.8, so force of attraction experienced by this block due to Earth is 1 into 9.8, which is 9.8. So what is kgf? Kgf is force experienced by unit mass due to acceleration due to gravity near the Earth's surface. Okay. Similarly, in Celsius unit, 1 gram force equal to 980 dyne. Okay. So I hope you understood these concepts. Let's move to our next slide. Now we will solve an example based on Newton's second law of motion. So here a car is moving with initial velocity 10 meter per second. And after moving 2 seconds, its velocity changes to 20 meter per second. And mass of this car is given 100 kg. So you have to find force acting on this car, right? So how we can calculate this force? To find this force, we need to find acceleration of this car, because mass is given and force is equal to mass into acceleration. So how we find acceleration of this car? Acceleration equal to change in velocity of this car upon time taken. Change in velocity is final velocity minus initial velocity. Final velocity is 20, initial velocity is 10, and time interval in which this velocity has changed is 2. So 20 minus 10 by 2 equal to 5 meter per second square. So acceleration of this car is 5 meter per second square, right? So now you can write F equal to ma, and m already given 100 kg and a is 5 meter per second square. So we can clearly see here that force acting on this car is 500 Newton. Is it? So in this part, we will learn about apparent weight in an elevator. So here an elevator is given which is moving with zero acceleration, means constant velocity, and you have to find apparent weight of this man standing on a weighing machine in this lift. Okay. So suppose its mass is 40 kg. So forces acting on this man, will be equal to a downward force mg and upward force normal reaction, here normal reaction exerted by this weighing machine, and downward force mg will act on this man. So net force is n minus mg. So according to Newton's second law, net force acting on any system is equal to mass times acceleration of that system. Here acceleration is given 0, so you can write net force equal to mass is 40 and acceleration is 0. So by solving this, you will get that normal reaction equal to mg. So this weighing machine will give its original weight, right? Original weight. It will show original weight of this man, because this weighing machine read normal reaction exerted by this man on this weighing machine, or this weighing machine on this man, right? So weighing machine will read force exerted by this man on this weighing machine, and that force will be equal to normal reaction exerted by this weighing machine on this man. And here we are getting normal reaction equal to mg, and m is given 40. So let's take g equal to 10, then we will get 400 normal reaction equal to mg. So this weighing machine will give its original weight, right? Original weight. It will show original weight of this man, because this weighing machine read normal reaction exerted by this man on this weighing machine, or this weighing machine on this man, right? So weighing machine will read force exerted by this man on this weighing machine, and that force will be equal to normal reaction exerted by this weighing machine on this man. And here we are getting normal reaction equal to mg, and m is given 40. So let's take g equal to 10, then we will get 400 Newton. So this weighing machine will give reading 40 kg F, right? Is it clear? Now we will try to find reading of weighing machine in second case. In second case, since this elevator is moving upward with an acceleration 2 meter per second square, so if you try to find net force acting on this man, you will get two forces are acting here. One in upward direction, which is normal reaction, and another in downward direction, which is mg. So net force is n minus mg. And as we know that from Newton's second law, net force acting on any system is equal to mass into acceleration. So here mass is m and acceleration is a. So we can write here normal reaction is ma plus mg, ma plus mg. So if you take m common, you will get a plus g, and value of a is given 2, right? Value of a is given 2 and g equal to 10. So total 12 acceleration we have to write here 12. A equal to 2 given and g equal to 10. So here normal reaction will be equal to 40 into 12, 480 Newton. So in first case, reading of weighing machine is 400 Newton, but in second case, this reading is 480 Newton. So we can say that apparent weight in this case is more than true weight or real weight. This case is more than true weight or real weight. Let's try to solve in third case. In third case, this man is moving downward with acceleration 2 meter per second square. So we will write downward force mg minus upward force, which is normal reaction exerted by this weighing machine on this man. So normal reaction force n equal to net force equal to mass into acceleration. Mass of this man is 40 and acceleration of this system is 2. So we get here n equal to mg minus 40 into 280. So if you write here m equal to So if you talk about third case in which elevator is moving downward with an acceleration 2 meter per second square and net force acting on this man is 2 meter per second square is 320, which is less than real weight. So I hope you understood this concept. Try to practice some questions based on apparent weight and real weight. So next term is contact force. What is contact force? So if you try to apply a force by your finger on this ground or a table, then this table will also apply force on you from Newton's third law, which we have already studied in previous lectures. So you are applying this force if applied, and this ground or table is applying opposite force, reaction force on you, which is called contact force. So this contact force has two parts. One is friction and another one is normal reaction. If you find the resultant of these two forces, you will get contact force. And if you resolve this contact force, then you will get normal reaction and friction force. So from next lecture, we will start friction, and that's all in this lecture. So see you in next lecture, student. So try to practice more questions from your textbook based on Newton's second law of motion. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.